Hello everyone. Today I'm going to have a shootout, a dogfight if you will, between these two babies. We have here Japan with a German design going head to head against a German-inspired British design. You could say here we have World War II, we have a dogfight, we have the shores, the beaches, we have everything Churchill said we would. So, on the right side we have the Citizen Avion. On the left we have the AVI8 Lancaster bomber. Those who do not know, Citizen is a Japanese company making, in this particular model, it is a German Type B Flieger style watch. Those of you who don't know, on the right we have the Citizen Avion, the AW136110H Avion. It is a Type B Flieger design coming at you from Japan with an eco-drive movement. On the left side we have the AVI8 AVISET-04 Lancaster bomber. First category is design. So as you can see, these watches are similar to each other but different. We're going to start this comparison off with the Citizen. Citizen Avion, proper Type B styled Flieger in the dial only. I like its design. I feel its design is very well thought out. If you look at the side, you can see it has a brushed finishing on the edge of the bezel and then a polish on the edge. On the back we have the Citizen eco-drive logo, which is the Earth. Pretty sure that's, yep, it's Africa and Eurasia. 22mm strap. The strap is the worst thing about this watch. We'll get to that in a minute. Its dimensions are as follows: 22mm strap width, case size of 45mm, and a thickness of 12mm. Now, this crown, I am a little bit confused about this crown. I'm not sure what they were going for here. But there it is. The hands, as you can see, I actually really do like these hands. Very easy to read what time it is in any time of day, any lighting, except for pitch darkness, because the lume is just on the hands and not on the numerals. So let's take the AVI for a go. So the Lancaster bomber, this is the no chrono, no nonsense, just time model. It has a textured blue dial. Not really even sure what I would call that texture, but there it is. It has a date complication with a magnifier. A black leather strap. Here we have a 20mm lug width versus the 22 on the Citizen. Now, design. This is where this one stands out in my opinion. I think this one wins it because although it looks simpler from this end with the straight lugs, which I prefer on a Flieger, the bezel is polished. The finish on the side is a satin finish. On the back, we have an engraving of the Lancaster bomber, strike hard, strike sure, and on the side we have the RAF circle logo. And we have lume here on the numerals as well as the hands. Not as good as a lume on the Citizen's hands, but in pitch darkness I would see what time it is. Probably better with this than with the Citizen. Next category, that's one win for the AVI8. Our next category is legibility. Now, this one is a bit different because both the Fliegers are very legible, and when I was thinking about this comparison, I thought it was going to say it's a matter of what's more important to you, knowing the hour or knowing the minutes. But looking at them side by side, legibility can go only to the Avion. Easier to tell the date, easier to tell the time, even though it is not difficult at all to tell the time on the AVI, but legibility has to go to the Avion. Comfort. Comfort is our next category, as comfort on wrist. So allow me to put the Citizen on wrist. That is the Citizen on wrist. As you can see, it sits quite nicely. It doesn't sit too high. The lugs do protrude a bit on my tiny wrist, but that's because my wrists are very small. And the lugs are very flat. They don't much taper down from the watch. Problem with this watch is not the lugs and not anything in particular other than that strap. It does not conform well to my wrist. And again, my wrist is a very small wrist, but it just does not conform to it. The watch is a 45mm case diameter watch and it's 12mm thick. I feel, however, that the strap really lets it down, and anyone who would buy this watch would have to put in some cash to get that strap replaced, in my opinion. And there's the AVI8 on wrist. Comfort, I think, is going to have to go to the AVI8, if only because the Citizen is that bad, because of that strap. Not that the AVI8 is uncomfortable, but for my tiny 6¼ inch wrist, the strap is a bit too large. I'm in the smallest hole. But I really do feel the strap conforms to my wrist better, even though it hangs over the wrist just as much as the Citizen. Not really no real difference there. It is a slightly smaller watch when it comes. The case is 43mm and the thickness is 10.5 on the Avion. I do feel the Avion is more comfortable and probably a bit more. You could probably wear it out more to more places without it looking like a toy. Okay, now we're on to quality. Now, this is going to be a tough one between these two because they both seem to have their flaws. As I said, the Citizen strap is, I feel it is, might be a quality strap, but a strap's main job is to be comfortable, and if it's not doing that, to me, it's not a quality strap. However, having said that, and obviously I just did, the Avion has a more pressing issue. Don't know if you can see that. Let me try and find it on the watch. Haven't seen it. The Avion, or mine at least, had in it when I got it there. Maybe you can just see it under the minute hand. See that? The speck of dust that was in the watch. It gets moving around. So quality, it's going to be an easy win for the Citizen. So far we are 2 for 2 with the Avion winning design and comfort, and the Citizen winning legibility and quality. Time for the Citizen to move a little bit more forward now. We're talking about the movement in the watch. Yes, these are both non-automatic, non-mechanical pieces. However, the Avion is a straight-up quartz. Now, it is a Miyota quartz movement, if I'm not mistaken. But quartz is quartz at this point, and when you're comparing a quartz movement to the Citizen, which has the tried and true, well-known, well-loved eco-drive movement, which is the solar-powered, light-powered movement, as in even now it is charging itself. Interesting side note about that, I know it's again a bit beside the point when we're talking about movement, but I kind of feel that it being a pilot watch and then being powered by light, there's something there, because it's a pilot watch. It's meant to be in the sky, it's meant to fly around, it's meant to be up there close to the sun, and that's where it's getting its power from. I really do like that, and I do find the eco-drive movement to be really cool. I love machines for the same reason I appreciate an automatic watch. I appreciate the eco-drive movement. It is a marvel of engineering and mechanicals. So our next category, I kind of called it true, or trueness. True to being a proper Flieger watch. Now you would think this would be an easy win for the Citizen, which is a proper Type B style Flieger. Is very traditional. Very traditional. There's no getting around that. What isn't traditional, I feel, is the loses out on its being fully traditional and losing out the proper easy win for what I called trueness. As soon as it changed the colors and didn't have the two circles by the triangle at the 12 o'clock. Now, as you know or don't know, original Fliegers were over 50 millimeters in size, had the onion crown, were generally massive watches to be worn over a jacket by the German pilots. I feel that when we are talking about trueness and true to being a Flieger and that era pilot's design watch, and looking at these two, I kind of have to say, I know it's going to sound weird, but it's a tie. Because here we have the onion crown, which was traditional to them, very traditional. I feel, even though the Citizen is a Type B Flieger design closer to original in design alone, I feel that the Avion takes a more aggressive approach to contrast and legibility, even though the Citizen is more legible. The Avion looks larger, even though it is smaller. And I find these lugs to be more traditional. I was talking about the lugs. My battery died. So the lugs here I find are more traditional, even though they might not necessarily be, but I just have that feel about them. I want to talk now about something in the trueness category, even though I already said it's a tie, where, as I said about the Citizen being solar powered, and I feel there's a justice to that, possibly being power from the sky, I do feel that since obviously pilots are no longer flying with these, trueness to being a pilot aviation watch, the little things the Lancaster comes with, the AVI8 comes with, like this card about a plane explaining a bit about that particular plane and knowing a bit about the history of aviation, I feel it gives it not a push forward, but helps it tie out with the Citizen for the trueness category. Next category is versatility, as in what can and can't you do with this watch? To me, that's what versatility means. Now, you could wear either of these watches out and about every day. Fine, anything weird of it. You could obviously wear either one of these while flying a plane. Fine, very legible, very comfortable. No one would think anything of it. You're going on vacation. Okay, let's say you're going on vacation, you're going to, I don't know, French Riviera, Monaco, whatever. And you're going on a boat. This is where one of the big differences and why I bought the Avion after I have the Lancaster Bomber comes in. The Bomber is 50 meters waterproof and the AVI8 is 100 meters waterproof. Neither of them have screw-down crowns, but 50 meters waterproof, to me, I always felt is about hand washing proof and shower proof, whereas 100 meters, if I'm going out on a boat, I'm swimming, I'm snorkeling, going a couple meters underwater for that quick dive, not scuba diving, just, free dive, I feel 100 meters could take it. I feel 100 meters is more robust, and I do feel the Citizen could beat that in doing more activities with the watch on wrist. That's not to say that the Avion is necessarily not as versatile or not as good, but I do feel that the extra water resistance is a major bonus for the Citizen when it comes to versatility, so it's another win for the Citizen. Now, my last category before I ramble on a bit is price. The AVI8 I purchased off Joma Shop for about $60. That's what you can get this particular model for now. And the Avion was also off Joma Shop for $69 with a discount code they happen to have on it right now. They still have it, so if you want the Citizen, now is a great time to buy it. But even then, I don't think it's an easy win for the Citizen. which you would say, oh, you're getting the eco drive, you're getting a Japanese movement, you're getting a more traditional design, it's more waterproof, resistant, and everything. But like I said in the trueness category about where the AV8 moves forward a bit and can stretch its perceived quality and what you're getting for your money, that little bit more forward is because you don't only get with the AV8 the watch, you also get a little wallet, which is cute. It says AV8. You get the card explaining about the plane, about the bomber, which, again, you would say these things are irrelevant, but when you're paying less than $100 for a watch, which is built quality, it is a quality watch. Sure, mine has a speck of dust in it, but I'm not going to knock the entire brand for that, and I didn't do anything with it because of where I live. Now, also the strap on the Citizen is that awful. I mean, this is a pretty thick strap on the AV8, and if you look at that, it's about half the thickness. The strap on the Citizen really is more robust in every way. It's squared edge, not tapered. However, the holes are little tiny needle holes. And then we get to the straps. This is like a double folded leather on the avion, and then these like a little flimsy leather strap. Now the buckle, even, both are signed. I just think the avion's is bigger built. So if the Citizen wins here, which it does, we have here two pilot style watches for anyone who does not feel like spending the huge sums of money for a Laco, or going even higher for an IWC, or maybe even the Hamilton Cocky Aviation, which I feel has nothing to do with aviation, really. I mean, here we have a company that is aviation themed, and yes, they give you the aviation style watches and a bit of aviation fun. And here we have a Flieger style watch that is true in the design, with a modern take and a modern size and a modern movement, and even a air-powered movement, a sky-powered movement. To me, these two are two great entry-level Fliegers. The only other watches that would compete could be the Geigendot, and I don't have one yet. It will be here later and go head-to-head against the Avion. I like Fliegers. I like the whole design. I like the history of them. They combine both world history and horology. It is a shame that so many of them, even AVI8 themselves, are blamed for this, don't tend to give them the proper water resistance and make them be more robust, that I could wear all the time and not have to take it off. Have be my one watch for everything. Putting the AV8 aside for a second, and we have our winner. Yes, its strap is awful. Get a new one. That's all I gotta say. Put the money in it, get a new one. You have a watch, you don't have to take off your wrist forever with that eco drive movement. I hope you liked the video and I didn't ramble on too much. It's a hard comparison for me, and it looks like the Citizen demolished it. It won. It is close. I love them both, and I wear them both. So wear what you like. Get one of these. You will not regret it. People ask questions. People love these watches, and you're not another one wearing a diver like most people out there, or a dress watch, a cheap dress watch. You are wearing, or an expensive dress watch. You are wearing an aviation watch. People don't know what these are. They are functionally large. And these being quartz are truer to the purpose of the aviation watch, as they are accurate and easy to tell the time. So thank you for listening to me rambling on about these two, and I shall see you next video.